Okay, I'm going to start and walk around the layout. We'll show you some things that are new. This road is new this year. There's a photograph that actually goes back into the backdrop. Coming around, hopefully I don't go too fast. The junkyard, that's fairly new. And this little town of Hinckley, again, I've been there, but we added a few things. Here's a trash truck. I'm not sure if you can see the sign or if that's out of focus. It's 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. A few things in the town. Put a little dog in there, going to doing his business there at the fire hydrant. Another guy on the street. This was on the other side of the track before. We moved it to this side of the track because I had to extend the platform over here on this building to handle siding that Brian put in. And speaking of Brian, up here is Branchburg. A lot of this is has been updated. There's Branchburg Station. You probably saw that before. Brian put in some sidings here for the brewery. Okay, swinging back out here is an ice plant. There's a feed mill. There's a siding that handles the feed mill, and I'm not sure what this building is, if it was part of the brewery or what. There's a dairy over here in the back. Okay, Brian put all this track work in the last couple months or couple weeks. There's a freight station that he added. Okay, we'll come up through to Columbia. And of course, that factory was there. Has a siding now. Okay, back in the back, Rick put two portals in there back there with some bushes over the top. That hides the sea line going through. Way back in the back, there are some buildings up along the platform that I added for 2nd Street. The red one on the end is a North Mansion. Rick also put some track work in here to extend from what Dave and Ken did before. And now the track work extends all the way up past the coaling tower. And there's a sanding operation back there. Here's a diesel fueling station. And everything goes right on up into the future roundhouse and turntable area. And I'll come around the corner. This you probably saw before is Chickies Tunnel. You go up over the top of the hill. Right now this hill is about maybe 5.5 feet high. And we come back down the other side and there are some tunnels. Okay. Got to pan over to see Brian's Moonies that he put in the tunnel portal. And engine house that we put in, a few sidings that Ken put down, and some details that Ken added. Also finished putting roofs on Henry Clay iron furnace. And Chickies pretty much has been that way. There's a nice Shay locomotive that they set on the track to handle the Hinckley, or the Henry Clay iron furnace industry. Dave put some nice trees in here that he bought along the track. Okay, this is pine bark. That's going to represent rocks and cliffs that we're going to be putting in here. In the tunnel you probably saw before. I don't know if you saw this all painted or not. And I have a road that's going to go up and come down through and cross the tracks here later on. Okay, there's a steel truss away in the back. That's end scale. This is a lumber mill, Mellinger's Lumber. I have a few buildings to finish here. Dave put some track work in up here already, and that comes down. Up above that is the shay line that goes back. Okay, there's a siding up there. Down here, Ken put a tunnel in. This engine house is in here now. I need a detail on the inside because I did light it up with 4 LEDs. We have a water tank sitting there for now. This area obviously still needs trees and groundwork and such. But everything's in and painted. These are trees that I sort of put together. That's the building I built a while ago. That's along the upper line. The siding for that is up in the back. Okay. I got some trees that I started to put up alongside of the hill. Of course, we come down into Beaconstown. And I added some streets to come out. That'll be done in the future, I guess. And this is the town that you probably saw already before. Now we'll pan around this way quick. Nothing really changed too much over here, although I did move Bartram's over to here now from back on the other side. Down here we have another building that was moved. And it actually looks better in this location. And that is this station. Okay, the station used to be down in the city along the upper line, past the trestle. Well, we moved it up here for now. We're going to put in a big warehouse down there at that location. Of course, this hasn't really changed a whole lot in the last year or so. Did want to pan in here. We have a billboard here. I like my little, I have a little bit of sense of humor sometimes when it comes to billboards. It says, Gloomis Funeral Home, RIP services for your VIP, and their motto is, you kill 'em, we chill 'em. They're located 411 Orgus Avenue, and their phone number is 212-555-DEAD. Okay. And the city here hasn't really changed a whole lot. There's the station. Okay. Still this area hasn't changed. I still didn't get a fence up along there. People can fall in that pit. Sue the city. And of course, that guy in that blue and red cement truck, he's been sitting there for God knows how long, and I think he's going to ram out and hit that green truck going through the intersection because there's no lights or no signals there yet. Now we come down through here. Okay, I'm going to pan way back here now. This is new. These are some N-scale and HO scale buildings up along the back to serve as background buildings. Okay. Coming down through, there's a guy back here, looks like he's having car problems. All right. There's Something Wong, the karate school, that's been there. But notice on the top now, Lukewarm Water set up a billboard. Lukewarm Water, he's the Royal Flush of Plumbers. His phone number is 555-DRIP if you have any water problems. Panning back up here, some more cities in the buildings in the back. The building back here is a kit bash. It's actually an interlocking tower along with a farmhouse that I put together. Did some groundwork around it. That bridge back there is a photograph. This building I built a long time ago and figured out it would look nice on the layout right there. We pan our way down and we get down into the canyon. We have rocks now on the tunnel portal, and even down there I started to put some ground foam in down here. And I'll be working around coming back out. Some of my stuff is still up on the bridge to work from, but okay, we come back down, and that's just about where we started at.